episode of your Meeting Mondays. It is episode 40. Bam,
Woo!
bam, bam.
Can hardly
If
believe
you have a friend, I'm not going to even call you out, but if you got a friend, you know a friend. I'm talking to all the friends out there. If you have someone that's sick and tired of being sick and tired of aches and pains, overweight, getting stuffed after you eat, you want to watch this show. We're going to talk about that and more. I have something at the end, but I'm going to let my co-hosts come on in and introduce themselves. Come on, Robyn.
Hello.
Oh, Robyn, Laura, come on. Hey, Carnivore Mommy. Hey, Jay.
Hi, my name is Robyn Herron, and I am your carnivorous grandma, and we are so happy to be back here again with you tonight for another episode of Meaty Mondays with the Fierce FeLions. We're going to have a fun and entertaining show and also informative. So as Gie was just saying, send this out, share it, because somebody that you know needs to learn this information that we're going to be talking about tonight. Okay. All right, Laura, welcome.
All righty. So I'm Laura from Healthy Carnivore, and I am ecstatic. I cannot believe that we are to 40 episodes. Woo! Seems crazy that we've been doing it for that long, but here we are. So as everybody has kind of said, we are so glad that you guys are here with us tonight. We're going to go over lots of information. We would love for you to ask any comments, put any questions, anything, throw it down there in the comment section. And please, please, please share this out with anybody that you know or on your page. If you have a page, throw it out there. I've been doing that with quite a few people here recently, like Dave Max, a lot of his interviews. I'm like, yes, that information needs to get out there. So I've been sharing all of those that I find. So that is what I have been doing.
Laura, that I loved about you from the very beginning, because I know you're trying to send an email out. There was some great things that we would just so happen to be watching your show, and then all of a sudden we'll hear and Fred and G and hanging with the Browns. That's the one thing that I can say. And I think at that point you were saying you didn't even have 50 subscribers, and you were forever shout someone out, share where you got that idea from. That is something that, listen, and I fell in love with you then because you are so willing to share information. That's the thing. I go to your channel and you were the very first person. Okay. I live in the South, but I didn't know. I don't know if this Midwest, I don't know. I never knew you can can meat.
Oh, I did know that.
And you know, I was like, what? Because that's one of the things I talked about. I love the fact that I am medication free. I love the fact that my thighs are not making its own music when I walk. I love all of that. And I'm like, oh my God, if something happens, the world come to an end, I'm going to die of aches and pains if I got to go back to eating the way that I was. And I said, I don't live around water to catch a fish. I can only do sardines for so long. And then you canned meat. Am I the only person that everybody else knew about this? Never knew. And I was floored. And I knew at that moment everybody needed to know who Laura Russell was. I knew at that moment. And then we're going to take it to another level, because what did she do? Make all of these products from scratch. Hello. So there you go. And that is my thing.
I knew about the canned meat, actually. They used to give this stuff away as commodities. I don't know if you guys remember that. Commodities.
Yep. My grandmother had those.
And those commodities.
You're talking canned meat like Spam. I ain't talking about Spam.
No, I'm talking about canned beef, canned pork. Those are the two canned meat things. But I never could bring myself to eat it because I was like, canned meat, like, what am I going to do with that? So we would get those commodity cans, and basically they would sit there until they expired and we'd throw them away.
Oh my God.
But now I know we could have eaten them. And now I see them in the store. You can actually eat that.
Now they sit there buying them. Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah,
but is that how
delicious.
Laura makes hers, though?
I don't know.
Wait. Well, I mean, I don't put the only preservative that goes in mine is I do the Redmond's real salt as a preservative. I do put a little bit of the salt, and then I don't put any liquid in mine, and I put ribeye fat in with whatever, because all of my stuff's either beef or deer. I don't can. I have chicken, I have pork, I have all that stuff canned already in here. I don't plan on eating that unless I absolutely have to do so. So we shall see.
So
Yeah, and
what
I've
does
seen bacon.
okay, but wait a minute.
It's
Yep.
gonna be soggy.
So this won't eventually be crispy bacon.
I think
It's gonna be bacon.
Mm.
It's gonna be wet bacon, limp bacon. I like my bacon crispy, but if it was the zombie apocalypse, I would be
I know.
very
We
happy
would be,
to have
we would be
ham.
so happy to find a piece of bacon. Don't even try it. Don't even try it. We'll be, okay,
Right.
Laura, I don't see the email. Am I missing something?
Once I send it, I usually delete all of it because it takes up so much space. So we
Okay.
can just do the future of nutrition if you want to do that.
Okay.
Okay, we're there. I mean, we're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I said, wait a minute. So people just cut me out twice. All right. I'm actually excited in regards to Robyn, what she came up with, because a lot of times on the show, guys, carnivores are on here, right?
Yeah.
You guys are here, and you kind of know, I got you. You kind of know the carnivore diet, the carnivore way. But what happens if, hi, Kimberly, what happens if someone comes by and they're just listening for the first time? Hey, honey, they're listening for the first time, or they've been hearing about it or anything. So, really quickly, we wanted to go back to basics. And if you hang around, I have some news to share with you guys. It's kind of serious. It has to do with my husband. Some people know, some people don't, but I'll talk about that towards the end. Go ahead, Robyn, because I thought those some do we even have it?
But first, we're going to do news you can use from the community from Rhonda.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I didn't know we had it. I thought we lost that too.
We got it.
We got it.
It is this one. Let's make her bigger.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rhonda at Carnivore Leo. Today, August 5th, I turned 61 years young.
Woo.
And for today's news, I want to be transparent with you all and share the effects of adding dairy products back into my carnivore lifestyle. I began my carnivore way of eating on January 2nd, 2023, to lower my blood pressure and shed some extra pounds. My total weight loss from my heaviest was 85 pounds. However, I regained 15 pounds back over the past 8 months after incorporating dairy products back into my diet. I'm going to share a side-by-side photo of me. The photo on the right was taken last year on November 14th, 2023, right after I completed the Sea Lion Challenge, which consisted of only ruminant meat such as beef and lamb, seafood, salt, and water. I weighed 115 pounds in this photo. The photo on the left was taken yesterday morning, and my weight here is 130 pounds. As you can see in the photo on the left, my face looks more inflamed and my arms and legs are heavier than in the photo on the right. Since I began working at the beginning of this year, I had stopped sprinting and working out. I also went from eating 1 meal a day to 2 meals a day and incorporated dairy into my daily meals. I think what I could have done differently to avoid the weight gain was to continue sprinting and working out, even if it was only once or twice a week. And instead of eating dairy products on a daily basis, I could have limited my dairy consumption to once a week. Heavy cream and cheese are the hardest for me to moderate because for me, they are so addicting and I tend to overeat on them. I read that Cheese may be addictive due to its protein called casein, which the body breaks down into casomorphins. Casomorphins are chemically similar to opioids and combine to opioid receptors in the brain, which causes the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. Because cheese is a concentrated milk product, it contains a lot of casomorphins. For example, it takes about 10 pounds of milk to make 1 pound of cheese. Also found in dairy products is the hormone estrone, which may promote increases in body weight. Dr. Ken Berry stated in one of his videos that the one and only purpose of milk is to help a helpless young mammal grow and gain weight and develop as quickly as possible. Dr. Berry also stated that after a certain age, usually between the ages of 2 and 5, every mammal on the planet, including us humans, lose the ability to completely digest and completely use dairy without certain side effects due to the lactose, casein, and whey found in milk products. So with that said, I again will be eliminating dairy and using it as a lever. So if I find that I'm losing too much weight on carnivore, I will incorporate dairy to gain a few pounds and reduce my dairy intake if I need to lose a few pounds. On July 21st, I started working out with my free weights again and have incorporated sprinting twice a week. It's all about balance. So thank you for watching News You Can Use from the carnivore community.
Happy birthday, Rhonda.
I know. Happy
Yes.
birthday. I sent her a message earlier on Marco Polo. And I think she thought I saw the video, and I'm like, no, we wait until the moment. We don't know what's being said. We watch it right with the people. But that's really something. Her and I, we were talking, and I saw her video where she was doing the free weights, and she, was talking about it. I said, that is a show that you can do. You can show that comparison because it happens to all of us. Hey, B, it happens to all of us at some moment in our life, whether it's carnivore or anything else. You add something back. And I was actually getting ready to make them little cheese things. I bought some Parmesan. And I bought another cheese. I can't think of what it is. And I was going to scrape it. And you know how it just get crispy in the pan? Make them. I think that's how it is. I was getting ready trying to figure it out. But I gained them 15 pounds. Yeah. So I only do cheese maybe if 5 times a month. All right. Well,
I wish I could say the same. I didn't do any in the month of July, so praise the Lord for that.
Yes.
But since August came, I've had cheese almost every day.
Good.
That's another topic for another day.
Yeah.
One of these days, we're going to talk about emotional eating, and we'll go into that. But today,
you know, the word on the street is once you become carnivore, all your problems go away.
Well, yeah, I wish.
Yeah, you should have no problems. You should lose all the weight and have no issues. That's the word on the street. So
I
wish
wish
you hear that from me.
Say that is true, but it is not. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about. I'm going to give just an overview of the carnivore diet. So if you are here and you are not on a carnivore diet, need to learn more about a carnivore diet, you're wondering, well, what is a carnivore diet? How do I do a carnivore diet? How do I get started? And all of those kind of things. I call you carnivore curious, and we want to welcome you to the show. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about what is the carnivore diet. And I have a little couple of infographics that I'm going to present. So let's see. I'm going to do this one. Oh, not that one. This.
Oh, we ain't finna see no naked picture now.
No, we are not. Not going to happen.
Carnivores after dark.
Much as you may want it to happen, it's not happening. This is not Carnivores After Dark. All right. So this is the carnivore diet food pyramid. And I wanted to show this tonight because, you know, for those of us who don't know yet what a carnivore diet is, I mean, there's always the question of what can I eat on a carnivore diet? And this is a really good infographic. This came from Dr. Berry's Facebook page, but as you can see, it has Dr. Kiltz's name on it. So really, this is what it is. If you think about the food pyramid that we have, that has all that bread and grains and all that stuff at the bottom of our food pyramid, or the very largest part of it, is going to be the fatty ruminant meat. So things like beef and deer and goat, elk, lamb, anything that has the multi-chambered stomach and chews the cud is what we call a ruminant meat animal. So that should be the biggest portion of your carnivore diet. And it should be the fatty cuts. So tonight for dinner, I had a sirloin. It was absolutely delicious, but it didn't have any fat on it. Mm-hmm. So you want to try to increase your fat and eat the fatty cuts of meat. So things like ribeyes and chuck roast and oxtail, so delicious, absolutely delicious. So the cows are able to process the vegetables that we are not eating. They process all of that and make it into delicious, healthy, nutritious meat. And so we, as human beings, we just have a single chambered stomach, so we cannot process, I think it's called cellulose, that comes in the vegetables. We're not able to process that. And so most of what you're getting with your with the vegetables is not able to be digested by you. So when you look, if you ever look after you go to the potty, you'll see a lot of those things come out almost the same way they went in. So, so the fatty ruminant meat is a top of the line for what we want to eat. So then secondly, we have the non-ruminant meats, which are like pork, fish, seafood, duck, and chicken. So that will be like secondary in your diet. The next thing that we have on here is eggs. And I found it interesting that salmon roe or like fish eggs are actually included with eggs here on this food pyramid. So those are really good for you as well. The egg is like the perfect food is what I've heard, is that an egg is the perfect food. So eggs are really good for you. Some people can't tolerate eggs. Some people can't tolerate egg whites, and they're high in histamines. So as you're going through and learning more about your body, you'll determine whether or not you can tolerate eggs in their full form. But egg yolks are super healthy. They're super fatty and very delicious. So a lot of times what I will do is I will, instead of eating a whole egg, I will just take the yolks and eat just that. So I make one whole egg and then add a bunch of yolks to it, 2 or 3 yolks to that, and have a more fattier version of an egg. So as Rhonda just said, she talked about dairy and some of the challenges around dairy, but included with the high fat dairy and animal fats, we have butter. They put the hard cheeses here. And of course, Dr. Kiltz's homemade ice cream. That's on here because it's got Dr. Kiltz's name on it. Really good stuff. And then of course, tallow or ghee. So we know that we want to get away from the seed oils. Seed oils are toxic. So when I'm talking about seed oils, what am I talking about? I'm talking about things like canola oil, vegetable oil, Crisco, all those kinds of highly processed seed oils are really, really toxic. And really were never meant to be consumed by human beings at all. So I think they made these things as a lubricant. And then somehow they figured, well, I'm just going to go ahead and eat some of this lubricant. I mean, how insane does that sound? That sounds absolutely crazy to me. I see Laura's moving her mouth. I can't hear what she's saying, though. But yeah.
They didn't eat it. They sold it for other people to eat it. They didn't eat it. Yeah.
Okay. So it makes sense. They sold it to us, and we started eating that lubricant like it was normal. And look what has happened to us. We're sick as heck. So stay away from the processed seed oils and stick with things like butter, tallow, ghee, lard, all of those things that they say will give you a heart attack, but literally will not, while the other stuff will. And then also they have at the top, we've got organ meats. So I find that for organ meats, my body will only tolerate so much organ meat. So I can tell, like, I will have a craving for beef liver. And then I'm like, okay, so I need to eat some beef liver. But after I eat liver one time or two times, I'm like, okay, so that's enough liver. And my body will literally tell me that you've had enough liver. But organ meats are very healthy for you. If you think about the size of an organ and how much organ a person would have gotten back in the day when they were running down a huge animal and feeding the whole tribe with that, people would get only a very tiny taste of liver. They would not be able to eat a whole bunch of liver because there's just one. There's one tiny liver, one tiny heart, one, spleen, those kinds of things inside of an animal. And then there's a whole bunch of meat around that. So I kind of think of it like that I keep my organ meats small. And a lot of people don't like organ meats. And my understanding is, if I listen to Dr. Berry and those guys, they say you don't really have to eat organ meats. You're going to get all the nutrients and vitamins that you need from just eating, your fatty ruminant meat. You'll get everything that you need from a nutritional perspective, but organ meats can also be very helpful. And then if you don't like them, you can also do organ meat supplements if that's something that you're interested in trying to do. And then, of course, salt. So, and then on the don't eat it side, you've got a bagel, you got a salad, asparagus. I cooked a whole bunch of asparagus yesterday for my grandkids. Yeah. But that's on the don't eat that. Watermelon. And then I think that's sugar right there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even tell what that is. Pasta, rice.
Yep.
Stay away from all of that stuff. Those are all things. I mean, if you think about it, it's like meat and meat products, and that's it. That is what the carnivore diet consists of.
And before anybody asks, he should have had a potato over there too. Yeah, potato, the fries.
Yes, right. No fries, no potato salad, none of that stuff. All right, so I have another screen that I'm going to present really quick. I just want to talk a little bit about the variations of the carnivore diet. So let me see here. I'm going to use this infographic. Can you guys see that? No, not yet. Okay, let's try it again. All right. So hopefully you are seeing that variations screen. There was a few that I could choose from, but I wanted to just pick one. So this is Judy Cho. This is from Nutrition with Judy, and she gives us the variations. So we have, from the most restrictive to the least restrictive. So the top is like the most restrictive, and then the bottom is the least restrictive. So carnivore-ish keto, so what we would probably call ketovore, and heavy focus on foods from the animal kingdom, but also includes plant-based oils such as coconut oil, olive oil, avocados, limited plant-based foods, and often natural sweeteners like stevia. So carbs are limited, but there's a lesser focus on macro ratios. So keto, if you've ever been on the keto diet, you know that keto really does focus on macros. So there's a 70-30 ratio. Is it 70-30? Oh, well, 20 carbs per day. And then the rest is split between fat and protein. But I don't focus on macros like this anymore very much. Now, some people are looking at ratios of fat to protein and things like that. I did that for a little bit. It makes me feel obsessed. So I don't like to do it. I don't like to track it. So, but with keto, I was constantly tracking my food. So that's ketovore. And then you have zero carb carnivore is the next level up. So this includes everything from the animal kingdom. So it could include like processed meats and dairy. It includes pork rinds, sausages, bacon, and deli meat. I think that's where, that's pretty much where I'm at.
That's my name right there.
Yeah, I do have a product in right now that I'm using. It's called Keto Brains Nootropics. So if for anybody who watches my channel, you see that I'm using that product. And so that probably puts me in the carnivore-ish keto realm because it has 4 grams of carbs and it also has this lion's mane mushroom in it, and MCT oil. So, but mostly what I eat is anything from the animal kingdom. Except I don't do anything like honey. Some carnivores do honey, but I don't do the honey. The next one is nose to tail carnivore. And this is called ancestral carnivore. So eat like your ancestors: muscle meat, organs, bones, fish roe, and bone broth. This version of carnivore sometimes does not include dairy, and some include honey. So think about restrictive paleo on that one. And so in this one, I would see things like chitlins in there. I love them. They taste delicious. I very much enjoy them. The liver, the spleen, the heart, the tongue, all of those.
But I thought, Laura, do you do organ meat?
I will mix it in with burger. Like I'll do like 10 or 20 pounds of burger to like 2 pounds of liver and mix it together with some ribeye fat and then package it up. I don't do a lot of it. I could eat a kidney. Like I could take a kidney out of a deer and cook it and eat it. It's much more, it doesn't have that deep flavor. I don't know. There's something about liver.
No. I understand the game flavor and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah.
No, because I know on the panel you are like the lion. And Robyn and I are more, we just carnivore. But I will say Robyn do more dairy than I do. Yeah, she does more dairy. I was looking here at Carnivore Mommy, and she was talking about, first of all, her 2-year anniversary, her carniversary is coming up. Yep. And that she has to be in that. Oh, I didn't know it would come up with the thing up there. And then this one here where she said it has to be that 1-to-1 fat protein ratio or a bit more fat for her meal. And I think that's what it is for me. I know I can't be taking it. I can't be taking in enough fat. I can't, because there should be nothing wrong with my sleep. I can't. It's the fat. I'm not taking in enough. I know I'm not. I know I'm not. So I need you all to share this video so all of us can become YouTube sensations, so I can hire a chef that just feeds me fat. That's the answer.
That's the answer. All right. So the last one.
Question.
Oh, all right. Let's bring that question up.
Oh, you know what? There we go.
For those of us that still have some dairy, have you noticed that some cheeses, yogurt, sour cream have shorter refrigerated shelf life and are molding months before a best buy date? I have not noticed that. No, I have not noticed that. Yeah, I haven't noticed that. The only thing that I notice is like with heavy cream, as soon as you open it, it starts going bad. So you have to drink that within 7 days. And so like the size of the container, even if you just get a small container, it's very difficult to like taking a tablespoon of cream in your coffee to drink that whole pint of or little quart or whatever it is of heavy cream. So that's the one that I do notice going bad on me.
Now, my mom, her whole fat yogurt that doesn't have any preservatives in it, she said before, like it goes very quickly. That's part of not having the preservatives in it, though, is you do have to plan it out and portion it out and maybe freeze some of the other, like if you have excess, put it up in the freezer and then bring it out as you kind of want to eat it, because she said her yogurt turns quickly.
Some stuff you can. No, you can.
It depends
what?
It changes the consistency. Like the cheese, like my mom freezes her cheese, but she just does hard cheeses. Yep.
Yeah.
Butter she freezes, yogurt she freezes,
I definitely freeze butter.
raw milk. Yep,
Mhm.
The
raw
milk
milk
you
she
can. I think
freezes.
I'm thinking more of like the sour cream, the
Yeah, you can freeze
what
it.
is that? Yeah, but it
You
changes
just
the
have to
consistency.
remix.
No, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I'm that
She's like,
texture
nope.
person. Oh my God,
I know.
I'm about that
You're like, nope.
texture. Yes,
All
but
right, let me just do this last one. So beef
yeah.
plus water carnivore. So I think this is where Laura lives. Unprocessed beef, water, and salt. Many eat this way because of physical symptoms from eating other foods. This way of eating is perfect to start an
Yep.
elimination protocol and slowly reintroduce foods one at a time. So I don't know, Laura, if you want to talk a little bit about the lion diet.
Yeah. So the lion diet for me, the way I do mine was I started, keto for 28 years. The last 2 years of keto, started doing the keto treats, whether it was buying them or making them, which led me to I went right back to the sweets, even though it was, sugar alcohol, even though it was, these natural sweeteners. It, boom, it really derailed me and caused a lot of trouble. So I went carnivore initially just to eliminate everything else out of the diet, and then little by little kind of put stuff in. So what I found over this almost 2 years now of being lion is that beef, deer, and lamb are the best for me. I can do some bison and I can do some elk if I mix ribeye fat into it. I can't do them plain because those two are kind of lean. Same with deer meat. I have to add that in. I can do egg yolks rarely. I do them maybe once a month. If I get a hankering, I'm like, okay, I need something that's in the egg yolk, so I'll do it. But I can't do the egg whites. I can't do, and I knew that I should not be doing lactose a long time ago, but you're like, dang it, I just want that.
Yeah.
So, I've tried every kind of cheese, goat cheese. I've made my own. I've made my own yogurt. I've made it with K2, didn't seem to matter. So this is where I feel my best is if I stay doing that. I will tell you that I went on a binge of adding in just a small bag of pork rinds for 2 weeks in a row. And I woke up and I could not hardly straighten my hands. And I was like, damn it. So I those are done. Those are done again. And I think every so often, though, no matter how restrictive you are, I think you should try some of these other items. Like I can tolerate chicken, I can tolerate turkey, I can do some fish, I can do some sardines once in a while. They just don't seem to stay with me. I don't stay full as long and I don't enjoy them. Like sitting there eating chicken, I'm like, okay, this is kind of like eating a piece of paper. It just doesn't do much for me.
You
Where if
need
I
hot
know I've
sauce,
got
girl. You need hot sauce.
I have hot sauce. I have salsa.
Girl,
I
some
just can't
chicken
do it.
skin. Oh my God.
But it doesn't seem to stay with me. And so I just have found that usually if I stick with the ruminant meats, I just do a lot better. So that's where I'm at. I think unless something changes and my system all of a sudden says, oh, you can have eggs or yogurt. If there was one thing, because my mom said, if there was one thing you could go back and have, I was like full fat Greek yogurt plain. And she's like, that's it? What about brownies? I was like, hell no, I ain't never going back that far. That's craziness. But I was like, just full fat Greek yogurt plain would be awesome. And I said,
Mm,
and I'll try that, maybe in another year I'll try it and see how that goes. But as of right now, this is where I feel my absolute best. My
nice.
sleep is good, but I eat a lot of fat.
Yeah.
And I know, Robyn, that is our issue. We are not
Yeah.
eating enough fat. And today, or it could have been yesterday, but it's in the last 24 hours, I thought of a cheat food. And some of y'all, well, y'all will know. Y'all, I want that jalapeno double stack burger from White Castle.
Oh, I love White Castles. They don't love me.
Baby, listen, because I was in the Midwest and here I am, vegan, But even then, I wanted that dang. I love spicy, and it's something about the cook of that burger, honey. It's something about it. And yeah, and I said, well, maybe I'll chew it and spit it out. I just really want that. I don't know. I had a moment.
Ooh.
On on Ben Azadi. Let me get it right. If you've ever seen one of his, when we were talking about the seed oils and stuff, I blew this up, okay? And I put extra X's on here because this is more keto. So I blocked out all of that, and and this was supposed to be the typing, but my printer was acting up. It says I do not eat the following foods, and this is where it'll say all vegetable, all fruit, all grains, just to go across, and then it'll say I only eat meat. So because I'm getting ready to go on my cruise, this is what will be given to the everyone that has to do with my food. And here it is. And it's an allergy card. So
Nice.
I love that because those things will mess your system up. So you got anything you want to add, Laura? Or y'all ready for me to tell some of this story to the people?
Yeah, you tell the story. I
I'll
think we
tell
need
the
to get
story.
that out there.
Okay, guys, we're gonna switch gears a little bit. This is something I've had. Oh, what a week! Frederick was placed in the hospital for kidney failure. I'm gonna let that sink in just for a minute. Yeah, what a week! What a week! So, what I won't do is go into a gazillion details, but I did want the community to know. He and I are working on a recap of what has taken place with him. His kidney function was at 8%. And the only reason why I'm not going over into everything is because he just went and had more blood work today. And then they noticed that, thank you, Shayla, they noticed that there's some things going on with his liver. And so I need to say these words. The carnivore diet has saved his life. And I'm going to leave it at that because nothing is carnivore related. But his bounce back from, did y'all hear me? I said 8%. His kidney function was down to 8%. The number, I think she said it was supposed to be at 200 and it was at 42,000. So, but I'm going to let him tell his story. And so that's what, thank you. But I did want to let you guys know and that it could actually happen to you. Yes. It wasn't meat that did it. So I ended up calling. Look, I was like this, just oh God, the ugly cry. What is going on? We came here for one thing. The man is in kidney failure. Are you kidding? So then they shoving us to the ER, and then no, dude, you're gonna be here. And then yeah, so it was a lot. And thank you, Elizabeth. I just say talking to the carnivore community is, besides God, is one of the best things because you don't have to explain his eating regimen, and trying to pinpoint that to what's going on. That is off the table because I'm telling you, this can happen to any of us. And then I found out, so I'll mess her name up, Maria Emmerich. Something similar, not to Frederick's degree, happened to her. So I told him that we were going to do the video so we can get this information and stuff out, because this is beyond carnivore. But it's kudos to the carnivore diet that my husband is still here. And that one I can say. That one I can say. When we shared to the doctor the regimen, because he didn't want to eat their food. And when we shared it, he was like, is this how you eat? And he said, you know, that protein probably saved you. Yeah. And the electrolytes. The two main things that you guys, I say you guys because Laura and Frederick pretty much eat the exact same every now and then. Like he had a boiled egg today. Just, and like Robyn said, sometimes your body just like, he told me, he was like, I don't know what it is. I want an egg. All right, babe. So I boiled the egg. He might have sardines. Girl. Since we've been carnivore, we only had sardines in the house twice. So it ain't like that's something that we do. He might try a chicken thigh because I'll be over there crunching on that skin. Okay. And he's like, let me taste that chicken. Yeah. But other than that, you guys are so much the same in regards to that. Hey, Renee. So thank you all for the prayers. And I want to address this right here. What are your thoughts on apple cider vinegar with carnivore? Well, ironically, what was going on with my husband, a recipe was sent to me of turmeric, apple cider vinegar, and lemon. And he has had that mixture. I did that with some warm water. So it was about this much in the cup because I know turmeric, honey, will turn your teeth some color. And so to drink that down. And like I said, he's doing so much better. So, you know, that thank you, Mary. They could have been a little bit more. I don't know. So, but I will, like I said, I'm gonna let him tell the story, but he is out of the hospital. It's the testing now that's going to be the biggest thing. And if what's them letters? I want to say CPK.
CRP, C-reactive protein. Yep.
Yeah. If that number doesn't fall down in a timely manner, another issue would be like an emergency what's called, Laura?
Depends. There's all kinds of things.
No, when they flush your kidneys out. What
Dialysis.
Dialysis. An emergency dialysis type thing. Which it messed me up because they said normally you have to have a port. And I know
slide one in.
Yeah, they just gonna have to do it for that. Yeah. Oh, anyway.
Yep. They can put a chest port in where it just tubes, it just runs down through your chest wall. It's kind of like a large IV or like a central line, but it goes down, and they can do peritoneal dialysis. There's all different ways they can do it. It doesn't have to be like, you know, the AV fistula in the arm that you see some people end up having to have. So, but I have full faith that he's not going to need that.
I do too. When I say to you, and once again, so y'all know I am double timing this beef over here, throwing some extra fat in, shoving it in his mouth. You got to eat this.
Eat that fat, boy.
You staying with me. Listen, so y'all don't know. I walk in, I say, okay, this is the president. All right, might not be your president, but he my president over here. Let's take care of the president. That's how you looking at it. We ain't doing nothing foolish. I know, yeah. And the girl at the doctor's office today, y'all, said, don't nobody ever want to come in our room. They say I don't be playing when it come to him. And it's like, listen.
Well, that's good. That's called being a patient advocate. That's how it should be.
But it's one of those, they're like, listen, I'm not, don't nobody want to deal with Ms. Brown when it comes.
It's just like when I sent you that Marco Polo on ask for these things, ask for this, ask for this. And that doctor wanted to know who I was. Really? Why? Just do it. Because, you know, that's the test you should do. Just like the uric acid, when you were talking about that, as soon as they knew these other numbers were high, that should have been a common sense, old school nursing.
The doctor was looking for it. The doctor was literally looking for it. And it's like, they didn't take that. And it's like, but you already know that his kidneys are not functioning. So it's not going to wash away those crystals or anything. And so then, guys, to top it off, because Frederick has not had gout, he now has a flare up in both knees, the left ankle, the left side of his foot, both elbows, the left middle finger.
The middle finger.
The left middle finger. The left middle finger. So I said the only thing that I can touch is his right ankle and his right hand. Because elbows, everything are flare-ups. But because of the carnivore diet, the pain level has not been to where it was, where he made it to the cane, but not to the walker. I'm telling you guys, you all are fooling around, fidgeting around. You have some ailments. You 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And I'm saying to you that we're on this back end of it. And this diet saved his life. It's like, and then I looked at him and am I worried? No, because I know that he's eating the right food to be better. Now, there's more to this story, but I'm trying to keep it so he can tell it. But it's a really, really good, y'all. And then don't get me on there trying to reenact, y'all. I won't let him leave nothing out. He gonna tell it like I saw it. All right, same with my husband.
Oh.
Shayla said her husband had a craniotomy in April for a brain tumor.
I know.
He did not play. I know that's right.
I'm 60. I'm not out here trying to date again. And then what? You gonna come? What you bring it to the table? You can't outdo him. Then I'm finna be alone. Oh no. And I know they coming. I told him you better take care of yourself because the men coming. You better watch out.
Right.
I'm kind of very happy that one doctor actually thought outside of the standard of care box and said how great it was that he was doing that increased protein for his kidneys. Because if you don't have that, the kidneys will not heal. I mean, it's been a proven fact forever. I don't know where this little thing of somebody starts to have kidney trouble and they're like, oh, you got to stay away from all protein and you can't have this and you can't have peanut butter and orange juice, and it's a crock of crap. And that's the clean version.
I can't imagine him.
It's
okay,
crap.
so and then here's another thing. So a lot of stuff we did have to stop. He would take some Tylenol. Well, now that we done figured out, I know some stuff, but they gave him Tylenol in the hospital, so I'm thinking Tylenol was
They
okay.
should not have. They should not.
Tylenol. She said a small amount of aspirin, and I wanted to ask her, okay, what's small to you? Are you talking about a baby aspirin? Because what is that get ready to do? So, nope, he's just gonna have to deal with the pain, and then, because keep in mind, and I said, do we stop vitamins and stuff like that? Keep in mind, it's the kidneys that's processing all of this.
All of that, yeah.
So right now it is beef. He really don't do lamb, fat, and water. That's it. I don't even. We're backing off of no. What we said with the electrolytes is for him to make a bottle and then heavily dilute it. But he's going to drink 4 of these that'll end up with 1 pack. You'll have 1 pack for the day where you got something, but you have to flush those kidneys out. Oh my God!
And if the thing is if the way to tell when somebody's kidneys are improving, besides taking the blood test, is if people start urinating. I've had people that were.
He never stopped urinating, no.
Yeah, which is why I was telling you that this is acute kidney injury, not chronic. Because acute kidney injury is 100% reversible. And I even think chronic kidney disease, if you can catch it before it's way too far gone. I have seen people come back from that as well. But yeah, so the urinating is very big. Keeping down the inflammation, getting that to kind of, because that's called a fluid shift when you're trying to move it from the tissues into the bloodstream, into the kidneys, and then out through urine or feces. And so that's just trying to get that to happen. So but I think he'll get there. He's on the right track. He's doing the right things. So, and then we'll be waiting for him to come out with his story because we're going to be on here.
Oh, most
Yes.
definitely. Most definitely. We're gonna do that. We're going to do that. I got, you know me, I got footage. I got the footage, and it's like we're going to, because I don't want any. And then look, is this what these the initials CKD?
That's chronic kidney disease. That's CKD is chronic kidney disease. What
That's not,
he
those
had
not
was
my
acute.
initials.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nope,
Okay.
nope. Yours was CRP, C-reactive protein.
R. Okay, I'm gonna remember the R. Right.
Well, that's good to hear, though, Carnivore Mommy. I'm very
Yes,
happy
it
for
is
him.
getting better. Yes.
Great.
Yeah, no, because that's what
Absolutely.
she's talking about, that she believes that can be turned around.
Mhm.
And
I
let me
do.
tell y'all something. Y'all better get y'all a Laura in y'all lives. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Even he's not mad about the turmeric and stuff because as soon as I sent that, I thought, oh, he's going to be like, oh, I ain't drinking that stuff. That stuff's so. But I'm telling you,
no,
it's good stuff.
when it came, first of all, he looked at the source, and he doesn't want to take medicine because they were actually getting ready to write a
Yeah.
couple of prescriptions. He was like, listen, I'm not taking that. I believe what I'm doing, Now,
Yeah.
one was a pain med. So I'm thinking, well, what you can ready to give him? He can't take an aspirin. He can't take Tylenol. So where you
Shouldn't take
going?
any of the pain
Yeah, where
medicine
you
because
going? Where, yeah, that
not
type
good.
thing. And then the other, what it was, something about the pee. I can't remember. Or urine, my bad. Hold on, what we got right here? And then
Probably tamsulosin.
Sorry.
yeah, okay, you go. I'm done. I'm done. That's us hitting it at the same time.
Dr. Fung and Dr. Berry, along with others, have all said that CKD can be reversed or at least made better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had a
believe that.
patient who was a CKD4, was not, they were getting ready to talk about putting in an AV fistula. And I was like, what about carnivore? Like you've tried everything else. You've done all the medical interventions. You've done all the medicines. You've done every single thing you were told to do. And she is like, if you put that out to her, she does it. Like she was following their guidelines and just kept getting worse and worse. And she was like, well, she's like, I'd have to ask my nephrologist if it's okay. And I said, what do you mean? If it's okay? I'm like, is he paying for your funeral? No. Is he feeding you? No. Is he? No, he's not. So, yes, he can make recommendations, but you have to take your own health in your hands at a certain point and be like, let's try this. And like I told her, try it for 30 days. See if you have improvements. And she had such dramatic improvements. Like her edema was completely gone in
Wow.
2 weeks. I mean,
Nice.
it was gone. She didn't have to wear the TED hose anymore. And she's like, that's worth its weight in gold. She says, not having to put those on every day. Not getting up so much in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, because that was something that people with CKD can have trouble with, because when they go to bed and they lay down, or congestive heart failure, when you lay flat in your aortic arch, you have baroreceptors, which are to keep fluid steady in the body a certain amount. And so when you lay flat, especially if you have congestive heart failure or kidney, it kicks in those
And big
baroreceptors
breath.
and tells them kidneys to hurry up and get the urine out, which is why people with congestive heart failure, if you've known anybody in your family or friends, their bed is always like this, or they sleep in a recliner. That's why.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah. So no, I think he'll do wonderful. Let's see. Order your own. Let's go through.
To order your own. No, this was coming from our primary care physician and our the hospital. So what is this one?
Congrats, Carnivore Mommy.
Yay!
Woo.
See? So did you see my video last week? Because I don't think she was on here. Maybe she
We
saw
talked. We shouted her out last week, and she
Yeah, we
wasn't here. I
did.
was so bummed.
We did. I show my area. So let me know, Carnivore Mommy, if you saw that. We're gonna wrap it up. Because let me see what I got going. Getting Frederick back in health, And we're going to work on that video. Plus, I got other videos that's sitting here on the computer to get it out. Also, our private group that we have for coaching, I need to do a video. Oh, there you go. I need to do a video explaining to the members what it is that that I'm trying to do. And that's what's going out for $19.99 a month. You get all three of us in a private group. And we just share stuff and help you out day to day. Let me see, a little off subject, or a little bit of skin left over. I'm seeing a great improvement using my massager. Okay. What massager is that? Which one is that?
Yeah.
So your massage on your stomach, huh? Girl, I got a massager. Tell me about it. What you got going, Laura?
What I'll be doing is I made my bug spray. I have 2 bottles of it that were sitting in the house that I've had for over a year. And my granddaughter was complaining that when they go fishing, she's getting bit by chiggers really bad and mosquitoes, and she's afraid of getting tick bite because she doesn't want to not be able to eat meat. She's afraid of that alpha gal that you can get from a tick bite in this area. And so I was like, I'll just make up some more. So I had to dig through and find my recipe. And so I made that the other day. I did it live so other people could make their own. But if not, I have extra, and I put it on the website. Well, it was gone in like, I don't know, 6 minutes. So I will be making a lot. Yeah, I'll be making a lot of that. Some of it sold locally here. People are like, hey, when you come in town, since you come into work and you drop it. Yep. And so I had 9 of those go out this morning just for that. So I'll be making up some more of that, but they're always welcome to watch the video. And
Girl, you
can
the
make it
Little House
yourself.
on the Prairie medicine doctor.
The medicine woman.
Yes, there you go, medicine woman. But I love it. I love it. That's one of the things that Dr. Kiltz said this weekend. Plants are for medicine.
Yep.
They're medicinal uses, and that's it.
Wasn't it Socrates that said, let medicine be thy food and thy food be thy medicine, or vice versa? I believe
like that. And then they
long
just took
time
that
ago.
and I guess started eating it. Because I swear I see broccoli on the side of the road. All right, well, you got what? Come on, Miss I got that one up.
Yeah.
I'm letting you know about the castor oil.
Right.
Yeah, they're having some major eye issues. That's to you, Laura.
That's a good one.
Okay, what's going on, Miss Robyn?
Keep doing it.
So I am in my August challenge. To be honest with you guys, I'm struggling a little bit with my August challenge. The first week of August has been a little bit rough, but I'm still trying to work on it. So you guys come check out my videos. I'm trying to do a video every day. You'll see what's going on and hear about the challenges that I'm having. So this coming Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, I will be interviewing Chris Cooking Nashville and his wife, Ash.
Nice.
So I'm excited to meet and talk with them. He's such a gastronomist. Like, I love, I talk all the time about how I love to cook and stuff, but he's like a magician in the kitchen. So I'm very excited to meet them. And hopefully they're going to sing for us. That would be super cool. So I'm very excited about that. So come and check us out on Saturday night at 5:30 Eastern. What else I want to say? I want to say one more thing. If you are sick with anything, you need to be trying the carnivore diet.
There you go. So when she says anything, we're talking physical, emotional, mental. Yep. It's like this really, that's what I mean. I turn around and say to the community, Frederick's in kidney failure. And no one, I knew eating that red meat. I got none of that. None of that. It was, let's figure this out. I knew the right people to call. I knew the right questions to ask. When he got his test, I was taking pictures, sending to Laura. Is this everything? Just help me make sure that I am asking the right questions. She was my
You have to have an advocate. You have to know what questions to ask, and you should not have to be the one to say, run these specific tests. Let's make sure it's not pancreatitis. Let's check for these. Let's check for, it really should be what is done in the medical community, but it's not.
So here's another thing. This is Milk the Insurance Company. So our primary care physician did a EKG on him to make sure that the heart was not one of these organs, because at this point we didn't know. We get to eventually to the ER and they roll in the EKG and I said, hold on, what is this? And told me what it was. I said, well, they just did that back at the office. And she said, well, if his something, I don't know, prednisone might have been the word. I don't know. It might have been something. No, it wasn't prednisone. What was it? I don't know.
Yeah. She said there was artifact. I guess she said artifact.
And I said, and then she said, but we'll know for sure after the blood work. I said, well, then if it is, then we'll do this. But right now you can roll that machine right back on out, because it's one thing. I even got him here, but he's already, nope, you're not doing that. Nope, no. All of this elevated his blood pressure. Baby, that woman said that pill was $100. I don't know if she was playing with him or what.
No.
But he said, put your pill right back. G, run to the house.
Go get my pill.
$75 for a baby aspirin at most hospitals right now. $75 for a baby aspirin. And that is set. That is a Medicare guideline as to what it costs for hospitals to do it. And they can be a little less at certain hospitals because they're smaller. But all the other insurance companies and all the hospitals are like, oh, Medicare is going to pay $75 for an aspirin. That's what we'll charge, which is disgusting. Yeah. So yes, nobody needs 2 EKGs within the same day. That is
within
crazy.
Like it had to be not even 2 hours of each other. Whatever his heart, I said, you need to call her and ask, send it on over, take a picture of it, or she read off whatever it is. But no, we're just not doing foolish things. Girl, he didn't want to, I know, Renee, he didn't want, you know, they're gonna give you some socks. How much y'all charging me for them? Stop. And then wait, then he had a little scan. Look, he don't even want them to scan this thing. That's just so funny. Oh my God. I left him right on up there fooling with them. I was not dealing with Mr. Brown. And man, just bring me back Mr. Brown. All right, guys. So be looking out for his video in regards to his kidney failure. And he is still not out of the woods at all. We will know. That's another reason why I'm not going to do a bunch of talk, because it's speculating. So we'll know more from these test results. But in the meantime and in between time, you work your thing and I work mine. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Yay! That's great.